Do you wish you knew exactly how to write a sales post to attract soulmate clients using the most powerful gifts from your astrology chart? Well, guess what? Now you can learn how for free. I'm going to share my cosmic copywriting secrets that have helped people to instantly turn strangers on the internet into buyers for their high-ticket offers. In my 5-part training series, Cosmic Attraction Copywriting, you'll learn the mindset switch that takes my clients from feeling confused about their content or not feeling fully safe to share their story online to making sales more easily and naturally than ever before, with the astrological placement that unlocks a new level of depth in your storytelling that builds trust 10 times faster with the clients who are genuinely a very aligned fit to work with you. Plus, the messaging tweaks that take my clients from attracting people who can't afford it to easy sales into 5-figure offers with no sales calls. And you'll get clarity on the 3 things your soulmate clients need to hear from you consistently in your message to feel confident and excited to buy your offer. You'll also get my writing process prompts to share your story in a powerful way that stands out to the right people and leads to ready to buy clients popping up into your DMs asking to work with you. Click the link in the description for instant access to Cosmic Attraction Copywriting. This is Sarah Mack and welcome to Creative Magic Club. Together, we'll discover inspirational stories of creative entrepreneurs living out their dreams, doing the work they are most passionate about, and building wealth in magical and fun ways. While building a 6-figure income as a writer and coach, helping other women to launch their dream businesses, I've connected with so many incredible people and seen it proven again and again that you can thrive financially doing whatever it is you are passionate about. I'm here to share life-changing strategies for mindset, making money, and reaching more people with your work in a business and life filled with creativity, freedom, and fun. Hi, Sarah Mack here, and welcome back to the Creative Magic Club podcast. Exciting news, I have finally recorded for you my part 2 of the Jupiter in Cancer series. I know you had to wait a little bit for it, but one thing that learning astrology has taught me, probably the biggest lesson, is to trust the timing always. And Jupiter is passing through my 10th house right now, and it's moving conjunct my Venus, which is actually what I ended up talking about today. So there was clearly a reason I had to be in the vibes to deliver this transmission for you. So if you didn't already check out part 1, definitely go check that out. It's called Jupiter in Cancer, How to Create Money-Making Content Without Burning Out. And it was 3 episodes ago. And in between that, you've got 2 really juicy episodes on how to make more money and content prompts for Cancer season that are also really, really, really good. And obviously those Cancer lessons are going to apply for our Jupiter and Cancer transit for the next year. So really lean in to embodying the lessons of Cancer during this season. How's it been going for you? What's been coming up? What has Jupiter in Cancer presented to you so far? Has it been feeling really good? Have good things been happening? Has it been exacerbating challenges that are suddenly not possible for you to not notice and to address? So yeah, like I said, Venus is in Cancer for me, and I've spoken quite a bit about this on the podcast. It's as a British person, connecting to my emotions is not a gift that I inherited, and it's something that I've had to work on. And I think where I'm at with connecting with my Venus in Cancer now is, especially because I've worked through a lot of trauma and I'm just in a really good place in my life right now. And, regardless of the ups and downs, the thing that's always been there has been this non-negotiable need for emotional self-expression. and creative self-expression and artistic self-expression. And that really has been the driving force in my business and in the decisions that I make that lead me to my income and the way that I bring money in. And I didn't really always see myself in that way, but looking back, I can see how that has always been true for me. I'm deeply, deeply romantic. And again, that's not something that I was really conscious of about myself, actually, until I met my partner, because he's super romantic. And I was like, oh, finally, thank God. Like, where have you been all my life? You know, after dating people who just weren't as romantic as me. And I was just like, oh, that's just what guys are like, you know? But finally being met at the level of romance that I love and embody and just prioritize and feel, I really do love to do and see and feel it all, you know? And I think a part of my understanding of my Venus in Cancer now is that I'm really driven by depth and learning more and more and more. That is one of my unique qualities. And that's one of the reasons that why people buy from me, is because I'm not surface level and I will go there with people. And one of the, you know, primary foundations upon which I've built my business is finding emotional security in business. And, you know, I could go into I have an opposition with my Neptune and Capricorn in the 4th house, which has led to a lot of instability in my home life. And for those of you who have been following my story for a long time, I've traveled all over the world, particularly, before I started my business, but particularly, you know, that the dial just got cranked up on that as soon as I became an online entrepreneur and I had that freedom. So throughout all of that physical instability and a lot of emotional instability through, you know, immigrating to 2 countries, healing CPTSD, chronic fatigue, a ton of health issues, I really didn't have the bandwidth for any more instability. So I built a business that felt like home for me. And with my sun in the 12th house in Leo, my business is kind of where I work things out. Like, the place where I shine is the place where I'm doing my unconscious work. And I know that this is true for all entrepreneurs, right? Like, our business, it brings us face to face with our unconscious life. Things that we maybe were oblivious to or we didn't know. Once we start striving to be that full expression of ourselves, we come up against those areas of constriction or those areas of resistance or tightness or avoidance. Those, you know, patterns that we have built to create some semblance of security for ourselves throughout our life, a lot of which need to be dismantled in order for us to create that next level of freedom. So I attract dream client relationships by building emotional intimacy. And this is really the power of storytelling. And it can really surpass the need for having pushy sales tactics or even having perfect launch strategies. You know, needing sales calls with a more manipulative intent to get money out of people, which, you know, if you've been in the industry for a while, you may have come across teachers who teach that. And thanks to taking this approach in my business of really going hard on the storytelling, and leading with that in all of my content, people come to me when they're ready. So my content gently guides people into my containers in a way that feels safe, that feels good, that feels nurturing. And how do I do that? I do that by sharing everything they need to know to make the choice. So none of those pushy tactics are required. And don't get me wrong, I use tactics. I use social media tactics. I use launch tactics. But only the ones that feel good and feel respectful and feel empowering. Because the truth is, when people feel safe and seen and emotionally connected, we really can do our best work together in my containers. And I like to foster a space where absolutely no questions are off limits, and I think this is another benefit of beginning my business, my coaching business, as a mindset coach. So I began as a copywriter and a content strategist. Then I pivoted to mindset and money mindset. And then I kind of incorporated all of those things with astrology in where I am now in my business. So I, through the in-depth mindset work that I've done with clients in the past, I know how to go deep. I know how to get to those sneaky subconscious patterns that tend. You have a burning desire to help more people with your work and charge prices that will support your dream life. But right now, you're overthinking your prices, overcomplicating your launches, or wondering if your message is even landing with your people. You dream of reaching a place in your business where you know how to sign those perfect fit soulmate clients into your high ticket offer every month with ease. But right now, creating sales content feels like a constant drain, and you're not sure how to write in a way that attracts the right people for your offer. In Sell Your Magic Like Magic, my private mentorship, you'll fill your high ticket offers on repeat by using your astrology chart to share the parts of your story that make you the obvious choice for your soulmate clients. We'll design a custom, clear launch plan that's fun and easy to follow through with. We'll create the content pieces necessary to bring in 5 to 6 figures in sales over the coming weeks. And we'll make sure you know exactly what to prioritize and what to ditch from your calendar so you're spending way less time online and enjoying your life and business more. You can sign clients into your high ticket offers with a repeatable strategy that's sustainable and fun through every season of life. Apply using the link below. To get in the way when we're stepping into our next level and we're stepping into more visibility and more income. And people know I'm willing to go there with them in our coaching containers because I go there in my content, and you have to go first in your content, right? And this is why so many people who work with me very often become long-term relationships, both as paying clients, renewing their contracts many times over, and beyond. I was literally just at the beach on Sunday with 2 of my past one-on-one clients, one of them from Montreal, one of them from here in LA, who met for the first time, and naturally they got on like a house on fire. And we were literally playing in the ocean together. How Jupiter and Cancer is that? Life is magic. So, and one of those clients, I was their bridesmaid at their wedding. And obviously not every client relationship ends up like that, but so many of them do, which is just such a gift. And the way that we create these real, authentic, and true connections is through emotional vulnerability in our content. And that's why some people don't make it in this industry, because this is one of the hardest things for humans to do, right? Like, we're built to resist doing this. And we have so many patterns constantly screaming at us that it's not safe to do it, and putting resistance, unconscious resistance in our path. So we really always have to be having those support systems in place, to have those mindset rituals, to be taking care of our subconscious as we step out with our bold, world-changing message, right? We're not here to just, pay the bills and do some good work in the world. We're here to transform. We're here to create change in the culture, and that just is our DNA. And our message is the vehicle through which we deliver that. So if you're like, what the hell do I talk about? Like, how do I get to these stories? Which bits do I pick? Definitely check out my Cosmic Attraction copywriting free series, where I talk about how Chiron can really get into those juicy stories that magnetize soul clients. And, that is the perfect top of funnel content for me, because Chiron is actually conjunct my midheaven and my moon in my 10th house. So my chart, and I didn't decide that because of my chart, this actually just unfolded very intuitively and naturally for me, but it makes so much sense, right? And our chart can tell us, what are those key messages and those really unique gifts and strengths that you embody that are of service to your people, that you can do better than anybody else. So you can see how our astrology chart can guide us to really leverage our innate gifts at every level of our brand strategy. It's so fucking cool. It never ends. There's so much to learn. So, like I mentioned, Jupiter is expanding the 10th and 11th house in my chart right now. So in honor of that, I'm going to share my 3 top non-negotiables for building a brand identity to fill your high-ticket coaching program with dream come true clients. This is a new phrase I've coined in my coaching, is there's your dream clients and then there's your dream clients, the ones that you're like, oh my God, this is so fun. You're the best. I love you. Please can all of my clients be like you? Pretty much all of my clients are like that. So I'm going to tell you how to be the person that attracts those people that make your business a dream come true. So brand identity, what is it? So bear in mind, I'm talking from the perspective of predominantly a copywriter and a messaging strategist. You know, I do have a background in film, but I'm a writer first and foremost. So I'm not going to go into, too much of the technicalities of the visual identity that you might get when you listen to a designer. My approach to visual identity has really been very intuitively led around my principles of how I want to feel in my life first and my business second. And my decisions are driven from there. I want to feel freedom, flexibility, flow, and full creative expression. And I want to create what's fun and what I'm called to express. So sometimes that means the most accessible way to create. I'm really leaning into that, like grabbing selfie videos organically while I'm living my life, out hiking, walking, biking, living, snuggling my cats, taking a trip, traveling, eating, whatever. And it involves me sharing what creatively sparks my interest and makes me feel alive. And that's the strategy. And part of that is sharing my truth and my heart, even when it feels scary and edgy, right? Like really allowing my intuition to lead. So when there is a message on my heart and I'm like, this is really fucking scary for me to talk about, but it won't go away, and I just feel the pull, like I have to say this, that is also a part of that strategy. So not only is it I don't want to spend 10 million hours producing content because I want to have a free and spacious life. So there's certain types of content I just don't create in my business, even though, at some level I might benefit from it or enjoy it. It doesn't always mean choosing the easy, comfortable way, right? Like there's always going to be discomfort involved. Like sharing my music, even though it's still a very newly developing skill for me, like sharing my story in my book, even though it led to very real fallout and challenges in my family dynamics. I built my brand creating exactly what I desire to create and trusting myself, and just having fun and just being a freaking romantic Renaissance woman. So I was looking through my old live streams because Facebook made an announcement that they're deleting the old ones. And so I wanted to capture some of those memories. And I was in my hula hooping phase. And so I would just share a hula hooping video, and then I would share a caption around how having fun in my business was my priority. I've made like money mindset raps and made music videos. And I've done lots and lots of live streams. I've done travel vlogs, then obviously evolved into my podcast and my book, and who knows what next. Well, I know, you'll just have to stay tuned, but I don't limit myself in my brand. So this brings me to the 3 non-negotiables for really building that brand identity that is you, that is going to magnetize the people who want to work with you and who are compatible with you. So number 1 is remembering that branding is emotional. So This is how we connect our emotions to other people's emotions. It's through stories. And remember, the stories of our life are the most interesting thing about us. And they are the most relevant thing to clients who want to buy your high ticket offer. So we figure out what stories to tell by asking what moves me, and really getting to the heart of it. Why? Why did you decide to show up and do this work? What in your story led to that drive? What in your vision and your intuition is calling you forward? And knowing that genuine raw emotion is the fuel for compelling stories that connect. And it's really simple. Just tell the freaking truth. Really, the question here is, what do you care most about? What do you deeply care about? Tell the world. Don't make them guess. Don't make them have to work hard to figure it out. Make it super freaking obvious when they land on your content and your page or your website. And that brings me to my next non-negotiable. So the first one is emotion. You have to lead with emotion and truth and authenticity. And the next one is building a brand that feels like home. So you have to be able to answer the question, how do you want to feel in your life and your business? And that's going to be unique to everybody. And the things that lead us to our desired feelings are going to be unique to everybody. The amount of money, where you live, the type of home you have, the type of clients you work with, how you deliver your offers. This really is the world of your brand. And this is the hardest part because we are the boss, right? Nobody's designing your business for you. So if you don't like something, it's up to you to shift and change it and to figure out what it is that you need to feel the way that you want to feel in your business and your brand. Maybe you are somebody who loves getting lost in the creative process of designing the perfect graphics, or maybe you freaking hate it. Like me. I mean, I don't hate graphics, but as soon as I can't find the tool that I need to realize the thing I'm trying to do, it's over for me. So you get to decide how to construct your brand identity accordingly, whether that's hiring a graphic designer like I do, or focusing solely on video or audio or written content or the things that you genuinely love to produce. And then obviously this conversation applies to your clients too. Who are the people who feel like home? And here's the thing. The more you show up like you are at home in your business, the more you will call in clients who feel like home to serve through your business. So be fully you. What are you like at home? Thankfully for most of us, this is a home-based business. So that's usually what you're doing. Or, maybe you're someone who's out and about a lot and traveling a lot. So, it's easy. We get to take people with us. We get to put our phone in our pocket. We get to turn it on. We get to capture, this is me in my life. And a big part of this is not taking things for granted, right? And this is the biggest trap we fall into as entrepreneurs. We're always focused on that next big goal, or that thing that we're not yet, or the thing that we're striving for that feels really hard or that feels really far away. And we forget all the little things that we've created for ourselves already. Like maybe you have a life where you can wake up without an alarm. And maybe that's been your life for years. But maybe that's a pipe dream for your client. And when they work with you, that's something that's going to become available to them. Maybe you get to work from the beach. Maybe just, really being able to fully stand in your authentic truth and share what you deeply care about through your work. That's something that you've mastered. And that's something that your ideal client is dreaming about being able to do. So we're so often blind to the things that we're already so good at and that we have already embodied. So this is about taking a fine-tooth comb to your life and really operating from a place of gratitude and recognition, self-recognition and self-acknowledgement, because that is the pathway through which we're able to deliver the most value to others. So journal on that. What needs to change? What doesn't feel good right now in your business and brand? What doesn't feel like home? What feels stretchy in a bad way? We're always going to feel uncomfortable. we're always going to be emotionally stretching ourselves and coming up against our edges. But what feels like it's stagnant, what feels like it's stuck, what feels like you have a pit in your stomach every time you see that thing on your calendar, these are things that you get to change. And the more you love what you've built, the more magnetic you're going to be to the people who want to come and play with you in your business and in your offers. And the next piece I want to talk about is abundant thought leadership. And I feel like this is so easy. It's so easy to get caught up in the shoulds. You know, you should be an authority. You should lead with your results. You should lead with your shiny results. You should be leading with your story. You should be posting however many times a week. You should be emailing. You should. You should have a podcast, blah, 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 right? Like we get so caught up and wound up in the strategy. And the truth is none of it's going to work as well as when you're connected to your intention, your original intention and your why, and really building your brand out from that place of feeling. And when we think about abundant thought leadership, and I think this is a very feminine perspective, it's about putting your worth and your care and your well-being at the center of your leadership. Because we've all played the sacrifice game, right? And that's not the reason we got into business. We got into business to have power over our life, to make the changes that we deeply, deeply crave. And so we have to stand by our word, and we have to stand by our values. And so we have to go first. And that means leading with self-care. And this is a huge one for money manifestation, because when we're constantly pushing and burning out and overgiving, it's like we have a closed fist, right? Our fist is full. It's full with too many things. And we need to be able to let go and to create space to have that open palm to be able to receive good things. We have to have rest. We have to have pleasure. We have to have space to allow the inspired ideas to drop in. I'm currently doing a digital detox, and it's wild how challenging it is to prise myself away from my phone. I've not stopped watching TV. I'm just creating space in my life. And who knew? So many freaking creative ideas drop in when I'm just cooking my breakfast and I'm not listening to something, when I'm going for a walk and not listening to something. That time and that space with myself, you know, I did a longer meditation. I'm doing a 30-day longer chant meditation. And I had a full download for a post, and that hasn't happened in a while. So magical things happen when we create the space to receive. So abundant thought leadership is about how you're leading is so much more important than the results. Right? Because who cares about making $1 million if you lose your health in the process, or you never got to see your kids grow up because you didn't have time to see them, right? And I think acknowledging what truly are our top values and really standing by them and really embodying them and really showing people how we embody them, that is magnetic. That is magnetic to the kind of abundance we actually want, right? And everything is accessible these days. Every piece of information you could ever possibly need is out there. Every result has been created by someone. So why do your people want to do it with you? It's because of the way you lead yourself through your work. It's your unique values. It's the boundaries that you hold. It's the standards that you live by. It's what you create space for, and it's also what you're a hard no for, right? And you're the one that paves the path to your clients' dreams by living it first. You are the bushwhacker with the machete in the jungle. And it can feel really hard to be doing that job sometimes, but that is why people hire you, right? And it's the truth and it's the authenticity and the alignment that births an actual dream life and business, one that actually feels amazing for you, not one where you're getting the results but it still feels like shit and you still don't have half of the things that you really want in your life. So these are really the aspects of a brand identity that I think really matter. when it comes to attracting clients into your high ticket offer. It's all about how it feels, and it's not about being perfect. It's about being authentic. And it doesn't mean you have to feel all of those ooey gooey good feelings all the time. You know, I think one of the key values of people in this community is authenticity. And as we know, authenticity does not always feel easy, right? It means like going up against people. It means being willing for people to take shots and criticize and tear us down or attack us or like reject us. That is a big part of standing in our truth, and that is not fun a lot of the time. But that's the type of feel good versus the twist yourself into a pretzel to fit other people's idea of who you should be. Like, that's the worst type of discomfort there is. Leadership, the majority of time, feels uncomfortable, it feels edgy, and maybe like you want to throw up in your mouth a little bit because you are taking risks. But be taking the risks that feel right down deep in your bones, not the type of risks that lead to you burning out, you sacrificing your health, you going to jail, or never seeing your family, or sacrificing your integrity, or, you know, any of the things that you really do not want. So I hope you've loved this series. Let me know what landed for you. And for my next episode, I'm actually going to break down and tell you the journey of a new client I just signed into my 5-figure one-on-one private mentoring program. And I want to give you an example of a customer journey from somebody entering my world for the first time to moving through my business, through my offerings, getting to know me, to enroll into my high ticket 5-figure one-on-one program. So make sure you stay tuned for that. If there's anything else you want me to talk about the podcast, send me a DM. Tell me what's landing with you. Tell me what you want to know more about. And I've hoped you've loved this Jupiter and Cancer series. We'll see how this year goes. We'll keep checking in on how it's evolving. And I'm excited. So see you on the internet. Sending you so much love. Bye. For more inspirational content, head over to my website withsarahmac.com and please support the show by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Are you a healer, witch, creative, or magical entrepreneur who's ready to fill your high-ticket one-on-one or group coaching program, and you want a sales page that will do the selling for you? Maybe you're tired of having a calendar full of sales calls and you want a sales page that can clearly articulate your offer and guide interested clients to feel ready to buy without needing to talk to you first. Maybe you already have a sales page and people are clicking on it but not reaching out, and you want to feel clear on what to say and what not to say to turn interested people into actual buyers. Having sales pages for my offers has led to filling a high-ticket group coaching program with 10 clients at $1,000 each while traveling on vacation for 2 weeks and launching using repurposed content. Having 5-figure months from sales into my $5,000 evergreen mastermind with no live launching beyond daily social media content. Signing clients into my $17,000 private mentorship program with no sales calls. When you book my Cosmic Sales Intensive, you'll walk away with a full, clear, compelling sales page for your high-ticket offer that will attract ready-to-buy clients and that you can continue to make sales with for years to come. Clients who have been through this offer have created a sales page that went on to sell out a high-ticket relationship coaching mastermind, had 20 applications within 48 hours of publishing, sold several $15,000 private mentorship packages, and even had a 6-figure launch with the sales page and content strategy we created within just a few weeks. Stop losing people with fluffy language that sounds the same as so many others in your industry, and clearly articulate why your work is worth $5,000 to $10,000 plus, even when you sell things like astrology, human design, breathwork, mindset coaching, or energy work. Book your Cosmic Sales Intensive now at withsarahmac.com or via the link in my description.